And I also don't think I'm an accurate enough puncher to do a full 360 and connect with someone. So it's unfortunate.
Vinnie, come on, man. You've lived long enough to know when somebody's full of it. Come on, bruh. Like, okay. You ask him, what about the replay? Listen, it ain't replay. Let me just talk about replay. Hey, no, man. We ain't having a conversation about replay. He just asked you so you could get to the point of saying, yeah, it looked bad on replay. What I just said, if you narrate that, if you match that up with the pictures, it doesn't really match. But you know what, Vinnie? This is so bad. It's so bad. I'm not even going to go down this road. First of all, welcome. And I'm just going to tell you this right now. We are in a family crisis. We've got a crisis. We need an intervention. We got to bring. The Warriors have a problem. Draymond is a part of that problem. We got to bring in Natalie. Where's Natalie? Natalie, come to the family room, please, right now. Because we got Draymond in the family room, too. He needs to sit down. We all in a semicircle. We bolted the doors, windows closed. We ain't letting him get out of this. What is going on? Somebody got to say something. Natalie, Steve Curry ain't saying the right thing. Steph Curry ain't saying the right thing. Klay Thompson, Warriors fans, most of them, aren't saying the right thing. Vinnie, what? Natalie, what? Like, help me. I can't anymore with this dude.
I think many Warriors fans are saying the right things, and I think in the Bay Area. No, I think in the Bay Area, like that. This has been starting since last year with the Jordan Poole punch, but like, there was like a radio event, and a lot of people in the Bay Area were there, and they were like, who wants Draymond gone? It was just one of those like, applaud if you want him gone, applaud if you want him to stay. And the amount of applause for like, we want him gone was shocking for it to be in the area. This is, what else can you say? Like he's going to be suspended further. The league is reviewing it. And you know what? I mean, to me at this point, the Warriors have to actually do something on top of the league. I don't know that they will, but they need to. The league and the Warriors organization have enabled Draymond. They've enabled this. Right. So they built this, they created this, and it's a fitting way for them to come to an end.
Something like what, Vinnie? Something like Natalie said the Warriors have to do something. Something like what?
I think everybody wants blood, right? And everybody's so draped into the emotion of the moment. And Draymond is such an easy villain because he's made himself that way. The one thing I will say, and I will just speak from a not legality point, but just practical, okay? You got to be careful about what precedent that you set with a suspension here. Because you've already set a precedent already when he choked out Rudy Gobert and you gave him 5 games. And it was clearly stated in the release that this is a suspension, not just for one thing, but a cumulative effect. My question is, what is the next step? Because you're not going to do this as a preventative measure. You're not going to do this to show Draymond, hey, Draymond, don't do this again. We're past that point right now, okay? Draymond's going to do what he wants to do. And the thing is, Holley, this is where I will quibble with you just a little bit. Because I've got friends. I've got friends who will swear up and down, man, I didn't do what they said I did. Not even like a legal thing, just like I didn't do what they said I did. And he will tell you to your face to the point that you are ready to believe him until logic sets in. And I think that's where Draymond is. Draymond fully believes that he didn't intend to hit Jusuf Nurkic in the face. I will quibble with him saying he does not have that type of punch accuracy because we've clearly seen his movies. He's got excellent punch accuracy, especially with the jab, right? We've seen his movies, right? What I will say is even if that is believable, even if you were to give Draymond the benefit of the doubt, the fact is he hasn't earned it because of all the past transgressions, right? Do I think he meant to strike Jusuf Nurkic? Absolutely. Like, I saw something underneath the rim in the second quarter where Nurkic and Draymond got a little tied up, and Draymond looked at the ref as if to say, hey, did you see that? And of course, that happens underneath the basket. And then this happens a quarter later. I'm not saying there's a connective tissue, but I'm simply saying Draymond was going to take matters into his own hands. And furthermore, y'all, this is much more than a Draymond Green problem. This is a Golden State Warriors problem.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
They ain't that good. You know what I mean? They ain't that good.
But
and when you're not that good, you can't afford to keep making excuses. Like, if they were in the top echelon of the Western Conference, then they would excuse it because the return on the investment will be such that you could do that. But because they're not getting the return on it, and they're a barely 500 team when he plays, and they're clearly a below 500 team when he doesn't, how long will they make it, will they see that it's worth it to continue making excuses for him? They're not going to do it on a matter of principle. They're doing it on a matter of, hey, we ain't as good as we used to be. Why are we doing this?
Well, Draymond has missed almost half of their games. Not missed, like not all of them were absences. There were ejections. There were personal reasons. So, but even last night, they were in the middle of a run. And then when he left the game, the Suns were a plus 12. So it's more than, they are a much better team with Draymond. He's their second most important player. They are an above 500 team without him, because it depends on how you're looking at the data. Like, yes, he played in some games, but he got kicked out during the games. The point is, to me, like, this is not my reaction to this incident. I've been on Draymond's ass since the punch. So this is not about like that incident. I think the punch of Jordan Poole, I think the Warriors have been mismanaging him for a long time. And what I'm saying is, I think there needs to be a penalty, and I think it needs to really come from within the organization, because as long as he knows that they need him, or they're going to be okay with it, or, you know, they're just going to keep embracing him, then it isn't going to change. And I personally think people are not going to like this. They're going to feel uncomfortable with it. But I think Draymond needs help. Like, he doesn't do things in normal, like, interactions that people do, right? And I don't care about his intent. There becomes a point when you are so reckless with your actions, your intent doesn't matter, right? I actually believe him. I believe that you didn't mean to strike him in the face, but you pull your hand back like this with the force that you do, whether you land in the face or in the body or whatever, it's egregious. It's egregious. So you cannot approach something recklessly. It's like if you speed all the time or you drive poorly, then when something happens, you can't say, well, I didn't intend it. Well, if you continue to do reckless things, then your intent doesn't matter, because bad things ultimately happen. So yes, the Warriors do have many issues, Draymond being one of them, but he continues to really, truly cripple this team. And it's selfish. It's very selfish. And so I think there needs to be a big penalty. I've seen plenty of Warriors fans calling for big penalties. I think most people are fed up with Draymond. I don't think the Warriors have anything that they can do. Their hands are tied, but I still think, like, this season is not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere unless they make a trade. So since it's not going anywhere, start making the changes you need to now.
Well, I feel like there are a couple of things going on that I see. You tell me, and you both tell me where I'm wrong on this one, because I'm sure you'll disagree with some of it. But before we get there, before you get to the disagreement point, I just want to point out that, you know, Vinny, I called you Vincent off air too. I don't know what's going on. I don't feel that formal. You know, Vinny.
My fault. I always call him Vincent. I make you do it.
That's right. And he always brings up, why you call me by my government name? What's up? You trying to, like, you wearing a wire or something. Natalie wearing a wire. She's trying to set you up, bro. She's trying to set, watch out. But, you know, Vinny, if I ever do something that I don't mean to do, if I ever put you in a bad spot, I'm going to come up and tell you, Natalie, if I ever do anything, hurt your feelings, ever do anything that just puts you in a bad spot, I'm going to come up and say, you know what, Natalie, I'm sorry, I didn't do that. I'm going to try to do it in the moment. If I know in the moment that I didn't do it on purpose. Now, I didn't see that from Draymond last night until the press conference. Okay, if you didn't mean to do it.
Did we even see it there? Did we even see it there? Did he express true remorse or the right amount of contrition?
Here we go. Oh, I would go, you know what, I would go, oh man, now my hand is right here on his back. If I didn't do it, my hand's on his back immediately, right there. Hey man, look.
Michael Holley, he said in the apology, I don't normally apologize for things I intended to do, but, like, how is that an apology?
That's
and
so
then,
good.
to me, all the language about it wasn't intentional, to me, that was language speaking to the league. That was language speaking to the league. I don't think that had anything to do with Nurk. And then even, because that's not even in the video, but he further went on to say, as Kendra Andrews reported, like he even started to question if it even actually met the definition of a flagrant 2 by the letter of the law. This man, listen, I don't want to hear it.
But I would say this. This is where you're going to disagree, though. This is where, and I want you and Vinnie, to weigh in on this. Okay, the Warriors, we know, great dynasty. The last great dynasty in the NBA. You win 4 championships. First one in what, 2015? So 2015, last one in 2022. Okay, you're a dynasty by NBA definitions. Multiple championships. So when you win all those championships, you got the same coach who's very media savvy, media friendly. A great quote. You got a story to do? Steve Kerr's a great quote. He's good for business. Steph Curry is a darling who's great for business, too. Klay Thompson is a bit of a sacred cow as well. We root for Klay. He's had some adversity. We root for Klay. We like Klay. Draymond Green, he's important, but he's an easy target. So I think he deserves his share of criticism, but Draymond should not take all of the criticism for what's wrong with the Warriors. I think he takes, but he probably is taking more than he deserves because, hey, how many, I saw, you sent me something the other day, Natalie, I was shocked. I was like, oh, wow, let me mark the time and date. I saw a radio host getting in Steve Kerr's ass. Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.